why the cave is much smaller than the others, and generally they left the convent after midnight from this cave.
Why the beans?
Beans?
This lady was just picking them all up.
Well,
Gravel?
anyway. But what are the beans here for?
These are graded.
It's gravel.
Yeah.
It was a
Gravel
lady
from,
beans.
they're not beans, they're
So
gravel.
this is sacred gravel?
No.
There was a lady down there picking
She
them
was
up.
picking them up and putting them in her hand. That's why we were
There are
wondering.
Just
so,
strange.
so many insane people over there.
Okay.
Mind your head.
She's inside selling them for five lira.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Sacred gravel.
Sacred gravel, that's right. Stones for money. That's the thing of the Saudis. They make, if you like this hotel, it's super interesting. When you Google it, you can see it. We Muslims, while we are praying, we are facing to Kaaba building in Mecca. So when we go there for pilgrimage, it spends 32 days with certain special prayers, rituals. And one of those rituals is symbolically trying to kill devil. We are throwing stones. You need to throw 7 stones with 7 different prayers. When you see the pictures of Kaaba building at the time period of Prophet Muhammad, it's actually paintings. So there is just like a black cubic form building in the middle of a couple of invisible small houses. Then you see the same picture like during Ottoman Imperial period with more decent structures around, all right? And then after, like the beginning of 1940s, it's a good, okay, and the gardens arrangements, I mean, the landscape arrangements, let's say, made around it.
Right there.
Yeah, I see it. Got him on GoPro.
Yeah, I just wondered if
It totally depends to their families when they pressure them to wear it that way. Generally, it's happening at the puberty. So here we have the graveyard of the mothers. Mothers were always accepted as the highest level, because in Quran it is clearly stated that mothers, paradise will be under the feet of the mothers. So in other words, a woman, when she becomes a mother, automatically she goes to paradise, no matter what you do. So here, the best spot in the whole convent area, that's why it's reserved for the mothers, and it's all planted with roses. At that time period in the history, we used to use 2 tombstones, one at the head trace, one at the feet trace. The head trace one was having the scarf or turban head, so this is showing the social stature of the dead person, and the rest of it includes the name, the birth and the death day, and some poetry or type things marked in the name of that dead person. Of course, they are not inside these stones, they are buried under the soil, and they are all facing to Mecca. So it doesn't mean that they are buried like, if Mecca is that direction, they are not buried like that. They're buried lying down and their heads turned to the
Önce bağ başı, ondan sonra
Yeah.
is the original but restored. Those were accepted as the trial cells of the dervishes. So they used to spend 1,001 days in these cells during their training to become a whirling dervish. So during those 1,001 days, they used to quit all the material manufacturers. So symbolically described, they just need to eat bread. And this is why they study with all the details three monotheistic religions. And
This is a washing facility, so this guy just finished washing his face and his feet. Yeah, it's a big fountain in here. I don't know if we'll going into the dervishes here site.
Stand over there, John.
Stand over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
This room originally was reserved as Jalal. So in this room they got 24 hours of seven doing on chanting Quran at the time of the use of the night. Today it's converted as a part of the museum. Particularly you can see some of the beautiful examples of the calligraphy art. Those are mostly verses out of Quran. Why that telling is because it used to be a packing tackle, and the Prophet Muhammad, at the beginning of the 7th century, he stepped in, according to that faith, according to that belief, he I cannot read anyway. It's in Arabic. My age is not good. For example, my grandmother, she can read. But today we are not using the alphabet. Only certain things I can recognize with my job, but I cannot read the whole thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, here the first spot.
So you don't hit it.
Huh? This one is a new thing, don't worry. It's a new one. The old ones are old ones. Right? These are all oil lamps. At that time, they used oil lamps. Then after, they were all converted into lamps. So I'd like to take your attention on this pot, which is called the April cup. April cup. So at the beginning of spring, April, the month April, they opened the lid of it and they filled with the rain of that month, April rain. Superstitiously, they believe that this rain has a power, a spiritual power, for curing injuries, illnesses, right? Like a symbol of the rebirth. So that's why our brothers, after filling that, used to wash their face or put it on the sky if they have any. Or some of them, because they used to drink out of this cup. So all these tombs, as I mentioned, the people buried them. These are just symbolic monumental tombstones. Instead of tombstones, you can see the turban heads used. The type of the turban head or the size of it, it's just shows the seniority. For example, these felt, they are all felted. Of course, the beige ones with one green turban around it, those are new buildings. So if you have more that, like these ones, right? These are like teachers, professors. If you have more, so the biggest one at the end of that two, one over we have the proof of the wife of Mevlana, kids of Mevlana. That's like a family. The whole world, artistic, ceramic, men, provided by a small village in Cappadocia called Avanos. You will see how they are making ceramics over there and all this, and you will have also a chance to practice it. It's really kind of interesting. I mean, putting your hands in the mud, that is very beautiful. So, as a matter of fact, we are the masters, like the carpets, for the ceramic works. Why the ceramics?
Excuse me. So that W and L in that calligraphy there is the name Allah.
Yeah.
We have some of the earliest known handwritten Qurans. We have like that one here is from Prophet. Of course, here we have one of the oldest one. It's from 9th century, right here. The Prophet Muhammad's time period is 6th to 7th century AD. This is just 200 years after Prophet Muhammad, 9th century handwritten Quran. These two from 13th century. Well,
Okay. Now you get a chance to see some of this negotiating.
$2 for dollar. Whatever you buy. Yes. Take for your wife. Give. Buy for your wife. No wife? No wife.
Oh, I got a wife.
Okay, wife. Take for her 2 breasts.
No, no. But they have a very modern tram system here.
I gotta unplug, I can't hear that. My guess is Spain or China.
Yeah, I don't know if China's got their hands in here or not, but
They're
they're putting them everywhere.
Yeah, that Belt and Road Initiative, holy.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's one thing where we gotta think smarter than just,
But China's starting to show themselves because they get to those countries,
yeah.
they finance everything, they bring Chinese workers to do it,
I know.
and then they first payment they can't pay.
They
They
try to
leave.
nationalize it.
Yeah.
I know. It's
Yeah.
happened in port in Pakistan. It's happened in Myanmar.
Yeah.
And
Kenya?
It's happening in Kenya and in
Kenya threw them out. But not everybody can,
no.
nor will they. GoPro, stop recording.